Hello guys, welcome back to Dill's Hobbies. Today we're doing the GiJoe compendium. I'm not sure how many parts we'll get done in this because there's like 50 issues, and for the first issue I'm gonna do one part. I'll do more parts as it goes on and stuff. I'll do probably 2 issues a Saturday, so that'll be like 25, 26 parts, and we'll have some discussions and stuff. But let's begin because I am extremely excited to start this, and I've waited since but the 15th of November, so it's a long while to wait for GiJoe excitement. Let's begin. So we'll start and we'll look at the cover. We got the names, we got Hammer, Trimp, Vosberg and Wiggum. If I butchered those names, I am sorry. Look at the thickness on that beast. We'll take a look at the back. Pop culture changed forever when Larry Hama's G.I. Joe, a real American hero, made its comic book debut. And now you can experience every issue from the original series to tie-ins in this new reader-friendly compendium format. Discover the incredible heroes of G.I. Joe, the terrifying villains of Cobra, and all the unforgettable stories within this series. Collects G.I. Joe, a real American hero 1 to 50. It's historic cornerstone of the comic book world. Robert Kirkman, The Walking Dead and Invincible. One of those rare, iconic and seminal runs. Geoff Jones, Green Lantern, Geiger, Batman, 3 Jokers. Geoff Jones is awesome, and so is Robert Kirkman. So, we'll open it up. That art is awesome. Reminds me of Grunt. I think it could be Grunt. Oh, wow. Just the names. Just absolute perfection on this. So we have blockbuster first issue, the ultimate weapon of democracy, introducing America's sensational new special missions force for the 80s. So this might be hard to do, but I'll get it like this. So Stan Lee presents, oh my god, that's nostalgic, G.I. Joe, a real American hero, quartered in top-secret armoured underground bunkers deep beneath the Army Complaints Assistant School at Fort Wadsworth, is America's elite counter-terrorist strike force. Codenamed G.I. Joe, the most fierce and rapid development team of all stands ready to fight. Anywhere, anytime, anyway. Operation Lady Doomsday. Wow, this art is beautiful. I'm absolutely loving this. I'll pause for a sec. I forgot the music. So, Monday, 08:30 hours. Somewhere between New York City and Washington, D.C. I don't like it. Soldiers and Secret Service men crawling all over my train just to protect one special passenger. So who is she anyway? Don't you read the papers? Dr. Adele Burkhart is the nation's top nuclear physicist, one of the brains behind the Doomsday Project. Yeah, I've heard of her. She claims she didn't know it was a Doomsday Project, and now she's supposed to testify in front of some kind of congressional committee. No wonder your people are so nervous. Check every inch of her car, twice. Half the wackos in the country are out to waste that lady in the press car. Yeah, and the other half want to make her president. Listen, she's already begun the press conference. In other words, I was deliberately mild as to the true nature of the project. The Doomsday Project has a single goal: the development of a retaliatory weapons system capable of annihilating all life on this planet. It is unthinkable that a person of conscience could... Wait, what's that sound? Oh, 8:35 hours. The fools were totally unprepared for a surprise attack. Concentrate your fire on the soldiers. The Baroness will take care of the Secret Service. Strike now, brothers. Take Burkhart alive. Yes, Baroness. Those reporters, they've got guns disguised as cameras. Get Burkhart, Get down, Dr. Burkhart. We'll handle this. Too many civilians can't get a clear shot. Force them back, Gregor, so the Baroness can grab the doctor. Alright, I've got your precious Dr. Burkhart now. Back off or I'll turn her face into a fine red mist. Do as she says. It's obvious they only want me. I'll not have any more innocent blood shed on my account. Shut up, you're making my trigger... Shut up, you're making my trigger finger itch. I'm enjoying this. Very classic, and I love the colours and the palette they've used. Gregor, hold these pigs off while the good doctor and I powder our noses. As you command, Baroness. This is hopeless. You'll never get off this train. Hold still. If these straps aren't tight, you'll dislocate your shoulders. Swoosh, crash. When I activate the gas canister... I hope you're not afraid of heights, Dr. Burkhart. This particular model doesn't come equipped with air sickness bags. That cable will take us to my friends. You're right on schedule, Baroness, of course. Radio the airfield. We rendezvous with the supersonic transport in 10 minutes. This is amazing. This is just awesome. Oops. Notifications. We love Insta though. We love Insta. Check it out, Dill's Hobbies. 1100 hours, the Pentagon. How bad is it, General Austin? Bad, son. The fan didn't just get hit this time. It got smothered. Burkhart has more dangerous secrets rattling around in her pretty little head than the Russians have tanks. Those secrets are useless without the necessary backup technology. That's the problem, Flag. Roll that footage of the press car powder room, the stuff we didn't release to the press. Yes, sir. Burkhart is in the hands of Cobra Command. Try to rescue her, and she dies. Cobra. They have the technology, and the will to use it. Their threat doesn't make any sense, sir. We'd almost be better off, national security-wise. If we attempt a rescue, bungle it, and Cobra terminates her. Don't believe it, General Flag. We're in a double bind. We can't let Cobra keep her long enough to use her, and we can't let her die, because the whole world knows that we consider her an embarrassment. Our only possible course of action is a successful rescue. I love all comics, because there's so much more story. It won't be easy. Cobra has legions, well-trained and equipped with all the latest hardware. A direct frontal assault could turn into a bloodbath for our boys. General Austin, we have no alternative. We have to call in Special Counter-Terrorist Group, Delta codename GiJoe. You're a good officer, Flag, and you'll make a good politician someday. You let an old brass hat grab his head off when you've had all of the shots covered from the beginning, Sergeant. Let's see those G.I. Joe dossiers that General Flag had you compile this morning. I've got the basic readout standing by on the display board, sir. Hawk, Zap, Grand Slam, Short Fuse, Scarlet, Stealer, Flash, Grunt, Clutch, Stalker, Breaker, Rock and Roll, Snake Eyes, Shooter. Complete service records can be available on a printout within 10 seconds. Who's going to honcho this mission in the field? Colonel Clayton M. Abernathy. Colonel Clayton M. Abernathy, codename Hawk. He's the best man we have. Ah yes, but how lucky is he? 12 and a half hours. 1 hours. Fort Wadsworth. Just my luck. To catch a driver with a lead foot. Slow down, Clutch. This is an Asbury Park and we're not on Thunder Road. With all due respect to your rank, Colonel Abernathy, sir. I've got orders from General Flag to deliver your Class A colonelship to G.I. Joe Command Center ASAP as soon as possible. Young General Flag hasn't worn out his first set of khakis yet. The orders were countersigned by General Austin, HQ Company Mobile. Old Iron Butt Austin, step on it, clutch, or we'll both be facing a court-martial. Hi Hawk, Grand Slam and Zap were just saying it's about time you threw a surprise inspection. Negative, rock and roll, we've been called together for another mission. Steeler, is everyone else downstairs? Affirmative. According to the schedule, a team should be in the middle of individual weapons training. I'll send you straight down to join them at the staging level. Grand Slam, we must be the only motor pool in the world with a hydraulic lift that goes down, as well as the only one with 5 floors of armoured basement under it. Last stop, tanks, laser cannons. And GiJoe Combat Training Centre at So that was GiJoe Part 1. I'll do another part at some point. I'm going to be doing it every Saturday, hopefully. Next Saturday, I want to do a longer one. We'll see how this turns out, because first time doing it. Weren't sure how much of it I was going to do. I thought... Oh. Track wind. I thought I might as well end it there. Keep it short, see how long the time turned out. And we can see how we go about it for further parts. I may just read a couple of pages and then think it on. It's a very, very big book with 50 issues to do inside, so we'll get into the review anyway, because I'm just droning on about how I'm going to do the videos at the minute. But the review, I'd rate it 10 out of 10. I absolutely love the colour palette, and they're so vibrant and they pop out the pages at you. I love old comics too, because I've always felt like the dialogue and the language is much better. The explanations to what's going on in a scenario or situation or a problem to solve are much, 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 much larger. Like, I feel like at times with newer comics they try to give less explanation at times, more explanation and scenario, rather than, oh, here's a giant monologue of explanation and then here's some scenario. They try and mix it together with modern comics, and I feel like there's less of one and less of another, or too much of one and less than enough of the other. I'm struggling to get my words out today. But yeah, I feel like with modern comics, like The Walking Dead did it well. You'd have big giant monologues, and then you'd have like violent segments, and it was all separate. It didn't merge too much together, other than smaller monologues with a little bit of violence, which works because they just fluidly clump together like so. But when you do it in a modern comic and you've got big giant paragraph, a little bit of violence at the same time in the same instance, it kind of feels far-fetched. And with classic comics, the big monologuing, it just works. It makes so much sense. It makes so much more sense to do it that way than to do it in this weird modern monologuing style, which I'm not too a fan of. I liked it in The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead, but with modern comics, I feel like the monologues go on too long. Like, Kick-Ass at times. Like, it worked in Kick-Ass, but Mark Miller comics, a couple of them for me, my most and biggest issue was the monologuing points that contained violence. Like, he perfected it with Kingsman. He absolutely nailed it in Kingsman. No complaints there. But for me, it was Kick-Ass 2, with the monologues from like the superhero that's meant to be a dick. The electric guy, he's just... I didn't get it. Same in 3, like, I get he's an arsehole and that's why he had that dynamic and attitude, but I just didn't get it. Anyway, enough on Mark Miller comics. I love this. It gets a 10 out of 10. I can't wait till next Saturday to read more. But if you liked, please subscribe. Comment and tell me what your favourite G.I. Joe character is. It can be from anything. It doesn't have to be a comic character. It can be a movie character, or it can be like a self-contained classified mole rat, or wolf spider from the classified line, or a random figure they've done over the years that doesn't get recognised, that should a bit more. Like, whatever you want. Just tell me your favourite G.I. Joe. Or we'll go favourite underrated G.I. Joe. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more.